Are we rolling Square? What's up, guys? It's McKinley Crain here, and today I'm going to be doing my spoiler-free review of Season 1, Episode 1 of the 2022 Paramount Plus original series, Halo. Now, let's get into it. Now, this episode was pretty good. It's not perfect. It could be better. But although it's not perfect, it's still a great episode. I was very impressed with everything in this episode, especially the characterization of Master Chief. At the beginning of this episode, nobody knows anything about him, but then we gradually follow his character throughout this episode. And when he starts getting some of his memories back, you know, that kind of humanizes his character more. Sorry about my thumb covering the camera. Anyway, we start really seeing Master Chief being humanized, which is great, and it leads to a lot of powerful moments. And there's some really good acting in this episode, especially from whoever plays Master Chief. And don't even get me started on the visuals in the show. They look terrific, especially the visuals on Master Chief's suit. They look awesome, literally perfect. They couldn't have Master Chief's suit design could not have been better. And this show has some really good action scenes. I was very invested in the action scenes. Especially towards the beginning of this episode. This episode surprisingly isn't completely packed with action scenes. You know, there's a lot of action in this episode, but you know, most of it is just characterization, and you know, move a whole bunch of story, trying to introduce you to all the characters and everything, and everybody in this world of Halo. And you know, Master Chief is pretty likable, and so are the other characters in this show. And I like how this show kind of portrays Master Chief as as kind of a rebel. You know, really makes him even more likable. And I had a blast watching this episode. It can get slow at times, but slow in a good way. Slow in a necessary way to characterize the characters, to humanize the characters, to really flesh out the characters. And I found myself invested. This isn't the greatest sci-fi show ever, but it is a great sci-fi show. Regardless of the fact that it's not as good as The Mandalorian, or let's see, Book of Boba Fett, or a lot of other sci-fi shows. But it's still a great sci-fi show, and it really makes me want to get more invested into Halo lore, because I'm not that familiar with Halo lore. I'm currently somewhat familiar with it. But after seeing this episode, I just really want to get more into the Halo lore, if you know what I mean. Anyway, this was a great episode, and I want to see the next episode. You know, if you're a fan of the Halo games, you'll probably love this. I bet you'll probably love this episode. because of what they do with Master Chief, and because of, the visuals and the action and stuff like that. And if you just like sci-fi shows, you'll probably love this episode. Not everybody likes this show, but most people like this show, and I like this show. Anyway, I'm gonna give this episode an 87% out of 100%, which is the equivalent of an A-. Like, subscribe, join the notification squad. I will return.